Well, I can't believe this is happening. Hello, beautiful human. Yeah, you read the title right. Trisha Paytas is going to be on the show for a second time. This is her second appearance on the couch. If you haven't seen the first, we're going to link it somewhere here. But we have a lot to discuss, including Frenemies, her new album, SadBoy2005, and a whole lot of stuff. So, yeah, please leave your honest feedback in the comment section below. Hit like on this video, and please subscribe. Here we go. Buckle in.
You guys should put a trigger warning before this episode, like Trisha is here. It's going to trigger you, because people get so pissed when I talk about anything. They're like, oh, they really do get riled up. Like, I do think I do trigger the entire internet right now.
Let's do this. Zach Show.
Hello, beautiful human. My name is Zach. We got Dan here.
Yep.
And we welcome Gerard Way.
I'm so sorry. This is all you're getting for Gerard Way. The knockoff. I'm sorry to Gerard Way. I'm sorry to you. He's the latest identity that I just really feel comfortable being. It's my home right now. So I apologize, Gerard. I'm sure he thinks I'm so creepy. I never want to meet him. I got invited to a show in 2019 and I refused to go. I'm like, he probably thinks I'm a nut job.
Are you afraid because you don't know what you're going to do?
No, it's not that. It's literally he's probably like, this girl. You know what I mean? Like this person. Like I just know he's probably like, I'm over this person.
But there's a thrill to that for you, no?
No.
I mean, he knows who you are. Haven't you checked off some box somewhere?
I don't think he knows. I don't think he does. There's been no, and I don't blame him. He's living his best life, but I just, I don't know. I don't like meeting people in person. You know what I mean? In general, I don't know. The MCR fans come for me. They hate me. So I'm just so scared to actually meet. They're probably like, stop.
By the way, you know the voice if you can't tell the face. It is Trisha Paytas.
Oh, yeah.
Behind the bangs.
Yeah.
Behind the thing. We got a look going.
And I feel like the look is attached to SadBoy2005, which when it started on Twitter for you to come back on the show, round 2.
Yeah.
And at that point, we were just planning an album launch. We were planning a merch line drop with Frenemies. And since that DM, I mean, everything's been different.
Hell broke loose. I was so scared. I was like, no, I wanted to go because I had a couple other things planned, and I was like, and people were like, let's just wait. And so I was like, damn, I'm gonna be canceled from everything. But then when you're like, I'm still down to do it, I was like, oh, cool, me too. I thought for sure I'm not really a hot commodity anymore. I was a hot commodity for 8 months. I was liked on the internet for that little bit, and then I'm like, oh damn, I'm back where I started.
But you always manage to keep yourself relevant somehow.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's the only good thing about being crazy. It's just you literally are always just gonna surprise people. But it's not even a surprise. I feel like people just should know this. I don't know why people are always like, oh, Trish again. It's just, I don't know.
We're gonna dive into SadBoy2005 in a second. And you're right. Even the action of you leaving Frenemies was foreshadowed on numerous occasions within the podcast.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of knew that. Is it sad that you do have this identity as somebody who can't allow good things into their life? Because this was an amazing thing.
It was amazing. It was definitely the best, most. I've never been so well loved on the internet. People were, but that was so scary. People hyping you up. I'm like, don't hype me up. I know I've been a person. I don't change overnight. You know what I mean? I was like, don't hype me up too much. I don't think I'm a person now, but I know my past always comes up to haunt me. So I was just people are building me up. And I was like,
isn't it amazing to be a part of a community that didn't care necessarily that much about your past and was down to accept you at your present and where you could go? Yeah,
it was cool. But then I realized it's the only time people accept me like that is when there's a dude next to me, when there's a guy vouching for me. Because I've been saying all the shit I've been saying on Frenemies for years. But they only listen because Ethan was next to me. Same thing when I was with David and Jace. If I'm next to or Shane, if I'm next to a guy that vouches for me, they're like, we love Trisha. And then as soon as the fan or something, then they're like, oh, Trisha's crazy. I feel so bad for this guy. I was like, okay. If you only liked me for that reason, I really don't care. You know?
Do you think this debacle, this series of ordeals needed to be discussed publicly?
Which part? Which one? There's
the
so
start
many
of
series.
it. Well, because it really starts, and correct me if I'm wrong, obviously, because you're here in the flesh, and I'm only consuming what I've watched in 4-part movie series that you've released, and Ethan. And
so hard to keep up with all of it.
Do you guys watch? Do people watch the whole thing? Because I'm sure they don't, right? Because they're too long.
It's at a point where I gotta watch the recap channels because it's you go 2 or 3 in. You got 6 videos in total on this. I think.
Yeah. It's definitely at a manic high where I'm just I need to talk about everything every minute. I can't get myself together.
But it starts with a crew disagreement and. a money dispute, right?
But to me, that's not how it was, right? If this is how it's like perceived, like I have to clarify, like it wasn't. I wasn't asking for more money at all. Like I was happy with it. Like, you know, I was happy with the money we made. We made good money. So it wasn't even about that. It literally was just like, it triggered from one thing, him ignoring me, and then I like got triggered from it. I did get triggered, whatever, it happened. And I just was like, he started being like, why should I ask you to hire employees? I'm like, oh, well, that was what some of the percentage was going for, is that I thought, because he was always hiring new employees. And I was like, it'd be cool to expand, because Frenemies got big. We started doing vlogs. And he was like, well, your ideas are so hard. It's like going to the moon when it's really just like rhythm gymnastics. It would be so easy.
And he was down, though, to hire a producer just to do that. I think it happened to be somebody's girlfriend. I think her name is Sam, correct?
No. So that's different. So we didn't talk about it till after. Yes, Sam was hired. I liked everyone on that episode. I liked the crew. Like I really have never had issues with the crew at all. It really wasn't. We started out Frenemies in quarantine, so it was just me, Dan, and Ethan. And then, people started coming, and, it just became like a different thing and a different vibe. But I was like, and I wasn't even mad, but something triggered it where I was like, well, why don't I have a say? And like, who, like, we can hire new people. And then he got like pissed. He's like, you're just the talent, I'm the producer. And then I got pissed. And then he like said, oh yeah, you're in for mental health. And then I just got triggered. It was just like, it really was like an episode, but I thought I handled myself way better than I have in the past. But
really?
I thought so. I didn't call anyone names. Like the first two were horrible. I know. That's what everyone said. They're all like, okay. But like, to me, not calling people names, like that was my attack.
I don't, in this situation, I feel like, one, real talk.
Yeah.
As somebody who really understands the art of what you two were doing, I thought it was an incredible show.
I watched it. It was great.
I think
loved it.
Really?
It was very good.
The chemistry between the two of you, unparalleled.
Wait,
I think
overall?
The whole show.
Not the last episode.
No, but including the last episode.
Oh, okay.
There is a certain drama, and there's something, it makes you want to know what's coming next, and there's an investment level. But you also can't, when you're doing things like this, you can't judge an entire show based on one episode ever, right? And two, I think what y'all had comes along very, very infrequently. And I think Ethan's extraordinary. I think he's an incredible talent, and I think he complimented you and you complimented him. You brought out the best in each other. And to be honest, when you're looking at like an on-air duo, you can't really ask for anything more.
Yeah.
And my heart hurts that like something like this wasn't just worked out behind the scenes, because you're a family building a show together on a weekly basis. It's super consistent.
Yeah.
And you new shades of your being comes through each and every week as you get to know people.
Yeah.
And there's growing pains associated with that.
I agree. I think it's too far gone. I agree. It was really sad. But I think it was like, it couldn't go back, right? Because like after his videos, he started saying stuff that I said on the show, like about his Tourette's or about being Jewish. Like those were always like banter we had, just like him calling me fat, crazy. Like all these things were just like always banter. Like, and so for him now to be like, oh, I didn't like when she made fun of my Tourette's. It's like, he knew it was a joke, and now he's like using it against me. And I was like, that's some, because like I always took when he called me fat, whatever. I was just like, that's just what we do, like, I don't know. And now he's like making it such a thing, so we can never go back, because I think you're right. It was like that like shock value that we both just said whatever, and it was like, whoa. And I thought we had like a mutual understanding, like that's just what we do. It's not really like meant to be serious.
But he genuinely, you can, here's the rule I have around here.
Yeah.
You can say what you feel.
Yeah.
When you know the people around you are like family. And in this case, you guys are family.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say things from a place of love, when you're making a radio show or a podcast, the audience perceives it differently, but also it should be perceived differently in the room between the two people who are having that banter, right?
Yeah.
And even after the fact.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I always thought we were cool, and then he kind of threw me under the bus and was like, she's anti-Semitic, because I made, I did a joke in private text that I shared myself, and I was like, and he's like, well, she said this, and that's anti-Semitic, and she said a lot of Jew. And I was like, but that was always our banter. Like, that was my thing. And I get it, it's offensive, but like, that was, I don't know.
But he was pinned in a corner, don't you think?
I think he was trying to make me look bad. He was trying to because it was a knockout, right? It was like the end of Trish, and everyone was like pissed at me. So it's like, let's just knock her out and be like, oh, by the way, remember when she called my wife the C word? Like stuff that we've gotten past, which was awful. But it's like to throw that, it was like character assassination. I was just like, oh, that's the Tourette's thing, which was clearly something that, was a joke the whole time. Just like stuff he said to me that was super rude.
Are you sorry for starting any of this? Because really, we didn't need to get here, right? If you didn't make that video and the conversation just continued over the text chain, or you called him privately.
I think it needed to happen. Can I tell you why? Because there was obviously very miscommunication. Dan, his producer, went on Discord and was like, oh, no one ever told her we weren't ready to film. It wasn't Sam's idea, but he did text me that. So it was like, if that didn't come out, I would never have known. So he was just like playing both sides. He was telling the staff I wanted them fired, and I was like, that never was an issue. On that episode, I was like, we should get an extra employee because they're so busy. Like, we should just get one to go get the pizza because no one want to get pizza. You know what I mean? So, like, I think it had to all come out, and I'm glad it did. Honestly, I'm glad. I don't have regrets about that. Like, I do get really triggered, and I need to, like, calm myself. But again, like, you can't, like, have both ways. Like, oh, we like Trisha, and we like pushing her and getting her triggered, and I'm down for it for the entertainment value. But then once I get triggered or once I get, like, upset, people are like, oh, that's too far now. It's like, oh, well, I don't know what to tell you.
Have you guys spoken privately at all, or is this all public? Like, everything you guys have to say to each other is put on the internet?
Everything we said had to be put on the internet. We haven't talked at all privately. He's like, you showed text. That's it. I'm done talking to you. That was the last of it. But, like, he's always shown my private text, too, before all this. So I'm like, you're not any better. And he did it after me. So he's not any better than me. We're literally the same person. I admit that I f***ed up. And he's just like, I couldn't do anything more. I bent over backward. But it's like, no, you f***ed up, too. You know, like, I f***ed up for sure. Like, watching that, like, getting mad that he, like, cut me, like, was ignoring me, like, talking over me. Just I was pissed. I was, like, in the moment, I was pissed. Like, that whole episode, he was telling me Gabby Hanna's going to murder me. Do you have herpes? And I was already, like, pissed that day. Like, I started the show being like, I'm pissed. And so, you know, he knows what he does. Like, as I know what I do, you know, it just sucks that he doesn't take any accountability anywhere. He, like, up until yesterday, he's still, like, thinking everything's on me. Like, well, you did lie about stuff. Like,
Of course, but, like, you just hope that you deal with that private because it's family drama. There's a difference between, like, entertaining drama and family drama, right?
Yeah. To me, this is not even family drama. To me, this is entertainment drama, right? I didn't, because I still don't say anything about his family now. You know, like, obviously in the past I did, but, like,
No, but I mean, like even between you and the crew, like, that's, like, is this entertaining? I mean, what's entertaining is the potential, the sad downward spiral of somebody that was so high and then down. And then also you watch Ethan, who's, like, seems to be laying it all on the line financially. And there's so many... regardless of...
He's made so much money. I'm saying I made $0. He's made so much
He's saying you're the only person who made money.
Oh, my God. That's why I'm saying I don't know if I could ever look at him in the face again because I was like, that's just some bull-faced lies. We have a set. He just bought new cameras. That's about it. And the staff, by the way, has a salary before I came, after I came. The Frenemies stuff was in addition to. They were supposed to get a bonus, which I don't even know if they got the bonus because I don't know what they get. But hopefully they got some of that bonus because 5% is a lot. For what we make, it's a lot. Plus the 100% of highlights, which he glazed over. He forgot to talk about in the video. So all the highlights, it has 40 million highlights. He's made money off that. I've gotten zero. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter, but he said it was for production costs. Like, where's the production cost? You know what I mean? Like, let's hire a producer for me. Like, that is, you know, he's not, that was there. And also the staff thing, like, everyone's like, wow, that was the staff. They got paid before. What, they think no one made any money before I came along for Frenemies? Like, they always got paid. They continue to get paid. I hope they did get a bonus for working on Frenemies. I don't know. That's what it was supposed to be for.
Do you feel like it ended too soon?
I don't know. No, not. I don't know. You know, I think I just kind of always have to keep going. I don't think I'm ever supposed to be on a show for too long. Like, I'm bad with commitment. I'm bad. I don't know.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
But it's because I said this last time you were here. You don't like healthy things.
But
Moses
better.
is very healthy.
Yeah, no, I'm getting better. So when I was here last, it was 2019. I remember I went to 2 mental hospitals. I was just about to go on tour, and I went to a 3rd mental hospital after tour. So I was like that year, like that. I was barely just starting therapy, and I was only doing individual therapy. Now I do group therapy classes, which are like amazing.
I heard you say like you go every day?
No. Right now I'm doing 3 Zoom sessions a week, not every day. Okay. I was going like once a week, but because of like recent stuff, not this stuff, but stuff in January, just like I started hearing like voices in my head. Like I started going to more group therapy. So there's like DBD for borderline, and then there's CGT for like schizo. So I've been going to like more therapy. So I'm better at it. It's not that I don't like healthy things, because I actually I do. I mean, my life was pretty cool when everyone liked me, and I still like being liked, and I'm not trying to troll because I'm like, people like me, I don't want to like. But it's more of just like, it's hard for me to control once I get triggered, it's like I see all blood. You know what I mean? I see like, it used to be like evil in my head. Like it used to be evil voices in my head. This time when I got triggered, it wasn't like evil. It was just like, I'm pissed. It was more like anger management rather than demon voices in my head telling me hate this person, which is where the like spewing of the names calls and stuff comes out. But it didn't come out this time. So I was like proud of myself for that because I'm on medication. So I was like, okay.
Interesting. So you don't hear voices this time, but you just see red. But why not just call somebody and yell at them?
Well, because it was like in the show and he's pushing, right? Like I know when Ethan does this, like he's done it before where I walk off and he kept saying, just walk off then, just walk. So, okay, he's pushing me. All right, fine. Like at this point, I'm already snapped and I'm like, let me just not like be so crazy. So I was like, let's just end it. But I could see he was like pushing. And I was really trying my best to hold it together to be like, you know what? I don't need to walk off the show. I can handle this. But when it got to be like, I'm the producer, you're the that was never. People also like think they know our contracts. We didn't have a contract. There's never been one contract signed. Everyone's like, he was the producer and you are the I was like, there's no contract that says that. There's none. It's like, it's not, that's not it.
Would you do anything differently if you can go back in time a couple weeks?
Honestly, no. I probably should have told him like my frustrations with him before all this. Like I was feeling like frustrated about certain things that he said, and I should like talk to him more. But like just like the stuff about like his Tourette's, like he would joke like with my like and stuff like that, which I brought up and I was comfortable talking about. But it's like you can't have it both ways. Like you can't joke about Tourette's and then I do too, and it's all fine. But then like you joke about like tell my mom and all. You know what I mean? It's kind of like. I'm fine with it, but you can't just like pick and choose what's okay now. Like it's like to me, he had all this resentment built up still from like 6 months ago. Like he never let it go because all of a sudden he did a 180 when I quit the show, and he's like, "Oh, Trisha's this horrible person. Let me just like paint her in this way." I was just like,
Yeah, but not necessarily. His first video was so nice. I mean, dude, he really spoke highly of you though, and how talented you were, and how much he grew from the experience.
I mean,
and how he considered you his best friend.
Interesting.
Did you consider him your best friend?
I mean, I think like jokingly we called each other besties, but we weren't. Again, a friendship is we weren't like close. But that's the same video where he just lied, where he just said he got a building in downtown because I was uncomfortable. That building was built before quarantine, like it was for Teddy Fresh Nation. Like he just lied.
He mentioned that he had a pre-quarantine and that he was going to outfit the building to be for you guys if needed. But you don't like downtown.
Yeah, that was never. He made it seem like Trisha's uncomfortable coming here, so we're gonna go to the like. That was never a discussion. Like it was just like you're gonna move to downtown LA, and I was like. So he lied. So I mean, there was just so many lies. He makes $0. I wanted to fire the crew. Like it was lies. So like I mean, I guess if you think it's nice, I can see why people would think it's nice because they don't know the truth of it. You know what I mean? And
it just seemed like it was so right. You know, from on the outside looking in, it just seems so good.
Yeah, it does suck to see something so good go away. Is there anything like if you wanted to? Is there anything that you guys could do, whether it be a conversation or whatever, to make everything okay again, or is it kind of all shot?
I think it's all shot.
Yeah, but you have a life ahead. You're about to get married, Trish.
Yeah. Right.
So
But you guys are also family in a way.
Right. But I mean, until someone can also take a little bit of responsibility with what happened, like he's not completely innocent. Like, you know, him telling the staff that I wanted them fired when I wasn't around, like that's him telling me they don't want to film with me, but they went and filmed. Just I wasn't supposed to. Like it was some really. I was just like, and then he's still texting, like, you know, oh, Trisha tried to ruin your life, all this. It's just like, it's just stop. Like, you also have some, you know, to deal with. He's not like perfect, and he won't admit that. And I don't know how to talk to someone like that. Like, I admit it. Like, I say when I like up, yes, I was triggered. Yes, I did this, but it's like he can't admit one thing that he did wrong.
I would be real. I'm being honest.
Yeah, be honest.
Dan and I fight all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
all day, every day.
That's an exaggeration a little bit. But we do fight pretty consistently. But we've been doing this together for how long? 8, 9 years?
Yeah, going on 9 years.
Every day, 5 days a week.
That's crazy.
There's the line is thin, right? Because when you give your all and your genuine self to whatever it is you do, whether it's this radio show or your podcast or anything. I mean, dude, any of your videos, I do believe you bear certain parts of your soul, and your being is left on the internet. There is like a thin line that like you got to figure out over time of like what belongs in the public sphere and what is just our family dirty laundry that like through a couple arguments, whether we're screaming at each other or storming out or whatever, we can work it out.
Yeah.
And nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know how the sausage is made all the time.
Right.
They can know like 98% of it.
Yeah.
But that other 2% is like, that's like the most crucial 2%.
I think with me, I'm just 100%. You're just I can't do the 2%. I mean, people call it not knowing boundaries. Maybe that's true. Like, that's just what it is. And maybe I'm not meant to work in like an environment like that. You know what I mean? With like other people. Like, I don't know. It's not like an excuse. It's literally just like, I don't know the
it's
other.
It's true. We're talking it out.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just like not meant to work in that environment. Because when we started, again, it was just like 3 people. But when more people start getting involved, I'm very like, I don't know. I get a little I don't know what it is. I started freaking out. I have a little bit of a freak out. Just in general, I think maybe that's it. When I'm around a lot of people, you know, I'm like, I think maybe I just need to be like isolated.
I saw a lot of people saying that they think the timing is weird. They're like, oh, she has new music coming out. She's doing this on purpose to bring eyes to her songs.
I have new music like every 2 weeks. I come out with music videos every week. I come out with like 6 albums a year. Like, what are they? Of course, it's all like, And I also come in drama every week. So, like, of course, it's always, I mean, I wish, honestly, like, I get way more publicity. People hate now. They're like, you know what I mean? But when I was on Frenemies, like, sold out so quick. You know what I mean? Like, it's obviously beneficial for me to be liked. I still want to be liked. I'm not trying to troll. I really want to be liked. But this is a situation I'm just going to have to, like, not see a point right now. I don't know. It sucks.
I wish you could have just called me. But like, so you're really saying none of this is orchestrated. None of this is on purpose.
Oh no, I swear on my life, like we don't talk. Like we were kind of gonna be okay. Like I don't know. Until that, to me, it was the video. I know you said he was being nice, but I was like, wow, like him just being like, she wants to fire the whole. Like I don't have the power. That's not even a thing. I never said, like, what? Where did it even come from? Like that. And that's what I think what got me the most upset, because I'm not a disrespectful person to, like, crew ever. Like, I do my own production of music videos and like, I worked with the same people for 8 years. Like, I'm really, really nice to people. So even then on the show, I was like, damn, I've always said, like, put their links at top. Like, they do so much. Like, what the, you know? I don't know. It's to be like, Trisha wants you all fired. It was just like, that's, to me, I was like, I cannot come back to that if that's what they think. Like, that's some, especially Ethan.
And by the way, like, I don't disagree with you being hurt by that. I the only thing that I wish was, like, you know, mitigating and lessening the reaction to it, and just having a conversation with them. And I mean, all of this should be handled face to face. Like, truly, nothing should be online.
I agree, but he's the one that's like, he invited me to do the filming the next day, and then 3 hours later said the crew doesn't want to film with you. You're really rude to them. You, like, tomorrow's canceled. And I was like, what the. Like, but we should have all had that meeting. I agree, but, like, he's the boss, right? So, like, he should have orchestrated it. I don't know. Honestly, it's like, yeah, we should have, but it
but
is
I also
done,
get why he stopped production. I've stopped production on our show before. Like,
he didn't. They filmed the next day.
Without you.
Yeah, he could have just been like, you shouldn't come. Not, they're not, he told me, quote, they need a few days. And then they filmed the next day, which is fine, but just say, like, I don't want you coming. The crew, Dan said, we were down to film. So he didn't want me to come, which again is fine, but just say that. Don't blame it on the crew. He's like, the crew needs a few days. You were really rude to them. Ian's upset, and they weren't upset. So I have nothing against the crew, and I honestly think they're like, whatever. I think Ethan just, like, did this weird power thing. I don't know. I have no idea why he said that. I was like, just say I shouldn't come tomorrow. Like, honestly, like, that would have been better, because we were cool. Like we had talked, okay, hire a producer. Here's the address for tomorrow. And then once the episode came out for members, then he's like, oh, you shouldn't come tomorrow. Like, the crew's upset. Like, they need a few days. I was like, okay. And I told him that night that I was done. He's like, I was surprised that she quit. I was like, no, I already quit that night.
I can understand the both of you right now. And I would volunteer to mediate a meeting between the two of you. Could totally be private. It doesn't need to be public. And I think you can come to a real resolution, because truthfully, like, something larger is at play. Like,
yeah,
Moses is going to be your husband.
Right.
Last I checked.
Yeah.
I believe he has nephews and nieces and children and a sister and a brother-in-law, and, like, in addition to a merch line and a podcast that was rather outstanding.
Yeah, but I agree. Like, on a personal level, I'm down to, like, work things out. But, like, again, never back to the podcast, because it wouldn't be the same, because now he's expressed that he was still uncomfortable. You know, he hasn't forgiven me for what I did last year in December. He's uncomfortable with the Tourette's thing, the Jewish thing, all stuff that I thought was totally okay. And, like, we had this banter of him being rude to me, whatever like, it was just what it was. It can't go back to that, because now he's like, I'm extremely uncomfortable and I'm embarrassed. I'm like, why wouldn't you have told me that? Like, I thought we were cool, and now it looks like I'm this ableist making fun of your Tourette's, when it was, like, always a thing we had back and forth.
Yeah,
like,
and I don't think it played to the audience that way whatsoever, because, again, like, when you think and you assume, or you just, in this case, like, right, that it's coming from a place of love.
Right.
The audience can see everything differently.
Right. But because he said he's uncomfortable, I mean, we're never going to go back to that. I was like, damn, you were uncomfortable with all this stuff and didn't tell me? Like, you should have told. Because when he did tell me, he told me sometime, like, 6 months after we started, like, okay, the Jewish thing is, like, annoying, the cheap thing. I was like, okay, I'm done. You know, just like when he called me crazy and Dr. Drew came on, I was like, I really don't like when he calls me crazy, because, like, I'm actually schizophrenic, and, like, that was a new diagnosis at the time, and he stopped, you know what I mean? So it's like, if you tell me, if it's, like, an actual thing that bothers you, but now that the show's over, I also don't like that she did, it's like, that's embarrassing. Why didn't you tell me earlier?
Those conversations need to happen more often, and
yeah, I agree.
Like, private conversations.
He said it online, and that's why I was shocked. I was like, oh, this Tourette's thing is new to me. Like, he said that. He's like, and she always made fun of my Tourette. I was like, I wasn't making fun of it, and it made me look just so dumb. And I agree, but I don't know. Like I said, we're the same person. He's been blasting there, and I was just like, okay. I mean, it is what it is.
So none of this for money.
I mean, I'm not making any money off of it. I mean, we stopped the podcast.
And that was, would you say next to OnlyFans, your biggest moneymaker on a monthly basis?
No.
What is it? How does it go? Rank it.
OnlyFans, my YouTube with sponsorships because I have a lot of sponsorships. So probably my sponsorships are second, and then probably Frenemies.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. What are we doing on OnlyFans these days?
OnlyFans is crazy. I mean, OnlyFans was crazy last year. That's what I did. I did a whole year of porn. That was like my year. It was before, obviously, I was dating Moses. But I got it. Yeah, I was like, I'm going to be a porn star. And now I just sell it. So if you want to see my old porn, I sell it on Only Trish. It's great because Pornhub, like, deleted... Like, you can't upload, like, amateur porn anymore. So, like, you can't find it on Pornhub. It's, like, great. So, like, now you have to come to my OnlyFans to buy it from me. So I just sell, like, old sex tapes from last year. And that's my biggest income.
How much are you making on OnlyFans?
I wasn't making as much as I did last year. I think last year I made, like, $9 million on OnlyFans. This year is, like, maybe, like, I definitely make, like, 6 figures, like mid 6 figures maybe a month. Like it's really good. Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, none of this is like money. I wasn't even like money hungry. The Frenemies thing being money hungry is just like so crazy because it was not about that. It just was not about that
but
at all.
You do, like, dude, look at this outfit that we're looking at you in. This thing was not cheap.
What? Oh my God, this is a Hot Topic. It's like $60.
I know, but the makeup and the hair.
Oh, I did it myself. I'm
Shut
so cheap.
up.
Yeah, are you kidding me? I mean, I did this. I just like threw it all up to. Are you kidding me? I did it all myself.
I
I'm
love
like
you.
I'm so just like I don't know. I just was like, let me just throw this all together.
What is it about Gerard Way that you like so much?
Oh, I'm gonna cry. I could cry talking about him. I've always loved him. I think more since I become like, I've always had like a gender issue, gender identity, and I know like I've always heard him talk about it from like when he was like in the band and stuff like that. That he was, you know, I mean now you would call it non-binary, but he was just like, you know, I have female like qualities and tendencies, and that's what I do when I perform like My Chemical, you know what I mean? Like that was his like performance. Like I just always like related. 3 Cheers came out when I was in high school, and I just like, I mean, that like saved my life. Not to be all emo and stuff, but same like, because I wasn't emo in high school. Like I couldn't afford Hot Topic. I wore like one sweatshirt. You know what I mean? So like I wasn't. This is like what I like wanted to be. I just wanted to be him. But I just his music, it just is like it's comforting. Like it did save my life. Like 3 Cheers like saved my life for sure. I got into like a car accident around the same time when Helena came out, and I was just like, it was like one of those things when he did that, both our cars collide. I just remember being like, I'm supposed to be here, like I'm still alive for real. Like it just like hit me, even though it's about like his grandma. It hit me in like a different way. I don't know.
But that's art, right? Like what it is to him is something different to you.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, he's pretty great. I don't know him personally. I don't know anything about his like personal life or anything like that. But I don't know. I just like his music and what he says. I like all of them. Everyone's like, name all the members of my you know what I mean? It's not just, I mean, I do like Gerard because he's obviously like the singer and like, you know, you just like hear the words from him, but like, I like the whole band.
How does My Chem play into SadBoy2005?
Well, it's so funny because like, so SadBoy2005 started like right before quarantine. It was like a band thing I wanted to do. I was just like, oh, because you know they're gonna come back on their comeback tour, and I had tickets. This was before Moses again. I had tickets to every single show. Like I bought every single show. They were playing all these cities, like Boston, September 15th. Like I was gonna go to all the shows. 4 shows here in LA. Got tickets for it. Like I don't even know if they're still valid. Like I never got a refund, so hopefully they're still valid. They were like front row tickets. I was gonna follow them like groupie because when they were popping, I had no money. It was like 2005 to 2009. They were, and I never could afford to go to. That's when I was broke. I was a hooker. I had no money, so I was like, yeah, I can finally afford to go see them. And so their comeback was coming, and so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna. So I kind of just wanted to do like a tribute band, and then I like writing my own like lyrics and stuff. So I was like, oh, let's just do like a spin. I mean, we're basically like this like tribute band with like just like worse songs. Your songs. They're not quite as deep. But it's just an excuse to me to recreate videos. Like we just did Famous Last Words recreation to my song Dead and Gone, and it spent like it was like $150,000. I was like, whatever, like it's worth it. I have an addiction.
Is that your own money you're putting into these?
Yeah, I make none of it back. I make $2,000 off that video. I make none of it back.
Yeah, but this is why we needed frenemies to a certain degree, right?
I agree. I'm like, I need to fund my habit somehow.
Sheesh.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Come on.
She's for real. Yeah, I love Gen Z. I love TikTok. I think I'm like regressing in my like brain and stuff. I want to go back to a time where I was like sane and stuff. And I think 2005 is like bringing me that vibe. So I don't know. I guess that's where I'm at right now. Like dressing in Hot Topic. Like this is what I dreamed of as a kid. I wanted to buy like the Black Parade shirt so bad. I was like, damn.
Isn't that really special though that you do have the ability to like go in if you want, buy tickets front row to every My Chemical Romance show?
I was trip. I was depressed when like quarantine hit and they like canceled their shows. I was so depressed. I don't know. I was in a really bad depression again like in 2019, and then I kind of like when they announced their tour. Oh, that's when they played a show in LA 2019.
Yeah, the Shrine.
Yeah, did you go?
I did. It was incredible.
That's the one I was like invited to, and I was like too scared to go because everyone got pictures with Gerard. Did you get a picture with him?
No, I didn't.
Everyone got one, and I was like, damn. And everyone's like, he's so nice because you never know, right? Like you're like, oh, he's very like private, so you're probably like, oh, I don't want to do this. Everyone's like, he's so nice. But I didn't go. I was so scared. I was so scared to go because I was like, I don't know. People hate me. MCR fans hate me. They're like, you stop it. You're ruining it. I was like, sorry.
No. I mean, you're genuinely a fan, just like them. You've been shaped by their music, just like them.
I agree, but people, because I don't know every emo band from 2002, you know, like it's like they come for me. I'm like, I just like My Chemical Romance. You know, I know the other ones. I'm just not like a fan of like. I mean, they're catchy. You know, I'll do like what's that one, Dear Maria? Like I'll listen to that. But
If you were to meet Gerard Way, would you dress like this?
No, I don't know what I would do. Honestly, I would never meet him. I would never. Given the opportunity, like never, ever. I wouldn't. I don't even know if I could go to his shows anymore. Now that I've done this, he's probably just like, okay.
I want to go back to the fact that you can buy all these tickets and you can dress like this because you have the means. Are you afraid that can go away?
No. I've always like found ways to make money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like 2019 kind of down again, right? Like, you know, my tours were only half sold out. Like, you know, I wasn't like, you know, I was selling like 20% capacity. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've always been ups and downs and stuff like that. And then OnlyFans came and you're making like $2 million a month. You know what I mean? It's like, I always find something. I'm never too, I mean, now I got a husband. So if I fall, I can have his income.
What does Moses do?
Moses is like an architect and a designer.
Oh, damn.
He's bougie. See my ring?
Oh my God, it's huge.
Yeah, he's bougie. I mean, he's very humble. He's a humble king. He doesn't spend. He's very modest, and that's what I need because I was like, damn, I'll be spending everything, you know, on My Chemical Romance tribute videos.
Are you funding your entire music career?
Yeah.
So you're paying for studio time, you're paying for the band.
Are you looking for a label or what are you looking for?
33. Who's gonna sign me? I wouldn't want to anyways because it's because I don't like because even my music producers are like, you need to push it, you need to do this, you need to get this, you need to get and I'm just like I push it once and I'm done. I'm like, there, it's out there if you want to see it, and I'm over it. Like I just like creating it, you know.
It's genuinely just for you?
Yeah, I don't think anyone else is like vibing with it. I get like 300,000 views. I live for it though. I'm doing like 2 more. We're doing The Ghost of You next, like the one where they're in the World War II outfits and they're like, you know, yeah, we're doing that remake next. I'm really excited. I really want to do a I'm Not Okay. I just gotta find the right song for it.
And you're doing.
So you don't care if people don't love it. You're making it for yourself.
Yeah, for sure. I'm like, yeah, it's cool if people like it, but I don't know if anyone likes this. No one asked for it.
Are you proud of it when you're done?
Yeah, I'm so proud of it. I really am. Like, I like it. It's not, like I said, I'm not like a brilliant like songwriter. I'm not like a good singer or anything. I just like, I like it. You know what I mean?
Well, but tell me about the songs. Obviously, it's an important part of your life if you continue to do it, invest all this money into it.
Yeah, I love it's like, to me, it's like, it literally is like therapy. Like, I get such a high. Maybe it's not a good thing. Like, I get such a high, like, performing. Like, I love performing live. I love, like, music videos. I love it. The music I love. Like, I don't know. I get like a high doing it. I love writing, and it's like not the best or something, but like especially this kind of music, like SadBoy is like a lot of like scream music for me, and I love it. Like this, I just wrote one called like Wall to Wall, and that's kind of like my I'm Not Okay song. It's about my schizophrenia and like hearing voices in my head, and it's like the best therapy. I don't know how to explain it. It just makes me happy.
What voices do you hear?
This started pretty recently. It was a lot of like demon voices. A lot of people try and diagnose me as like intrusive thoughts, but it's not intrusive thoughts. Like, I know intrusive thoughts. I've had them. These are like actual voices. Sometimes I'll be like, sometimes it's from people, like, right? Like my sister will be here and be like, you know, having conversations like, who are you talking to? You know, like that kind of situation. Or it's just a hallucination voice where it's just like, they used to be like demon voices, like really hardcore. It's like so scary. And I was like, does anyone else hear this? Where I couldn't even like be upstairs. Like going upstairs, it was like, okay, now you're gonna walk, now you're gonna go to the window, now you're gonna jump out of it, like, you know what I mean? And I had to like really like grasp it like so many times. So that's when I needed to get medication because I was like, this is like not me. But I was like thinking like, I gotta listen. That okay, this voice is right. Like, you know, it was weird, and I was totally happy and totally content. I don't know where it came from.
And it happened recently.
This was started. Well, I got off drugs. I was on a lot of drugs last year too, like more Xanax, not like heavy drugs, but like Xanax. So I thought that was doing it, and then I got off that, and it kind of, when I was off the Xanax is when I started like hearing it. So I don't know if the Xanax was maybe like putting them at bay or something, but I used to hear them when I was little, and they were on and off, but it was always like faint. But now they're like voices, like you're talking to someone. It's like scary. Like that's fucking scary. Yeah.
How have you learned to live with that?
Just medication. I'm just on medication for it because like I couldn't. I was like, damn, it's really getting bad. I would just like, or even just like a cashier, I would think they had said something and I'd be like talking to them. They're like, what? They would be so confused. You know what I mean? And so it was pretty scary.
Does that add to the way you write a song or like what?
I wish it did. I feel like I feel like if my voices could write songs, it'd probably be better. They'd probably be like, oh, this is some real. But like I can't. I can't. I don't know. I can't do that. You know what I mean? I guess that's why I like My Chemical Romance. I feel like he wrote the songs for me 10 years ago. I was like thinking, oh yeah, that's what it is. You know, like I don't know. You know what I mean? You hear someone else's songs and you're like, that's what I'm trying to say.
But you're now saying it yourself, and I feel like you're like. What does trigger warning mean to you? Because it's something you use all the time.
Right. Well, because it's a thing on the internet now. To me, it was like just giving people like a heads up, which I think is cool. I didn't know about trigger warnings before, where you like have to give someone a heads up before you start talking about like, you know, trigger warning, like suicide, all that stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I thought that's so cool because sometimes you don't even know like you're going to trigger someone. So like I think people can call it being sensitive or something. I think it's really like important to give those kind of things now. Like, okay, like this could be a trigger for someone, like eating disorder or stuff like that. Again, I never thought of it. I never even thought to like talk to like say that before something. But I think it helped me a lot. Whenever I hear like trigger warning this, you just know not to watch it, you know?
Why does it need to be in the title of an album?
Because it's a lot of my like schizophrenic thoughts, you know, like I feel like it's kind of all over the place in a mess. A lot of people will say that too, because that's literally me. Because it talks about it, you know, just being like having like disorders and just thoughts of like suicide and stuff that aren't real. Like they're not my thoughts of suicide. I don't want to kill myself. It's like a voice telling me like, this is where you're going to die today. Like you should do this to go here to die. You know what I mean? Like those kind of things. So it's kind of what I wrote like in this album. And it's like, it doesn't seem as dark, but like it can be. Like I had a really vivid voice, and there's a song on there called Van Gogh, and I didn't know who the like Van Gogh was. Like I really didn't, but I was like hearing, and like I was hearing this voice, right? And I was like seeing it, and I was seeing like someone being like, cut your ear, and I was thinking Reservoir Dogs, right? Because I love Quentin Tarantino. I was like, oh my God, cut my ear, like Reservoir Dogs or something like that. So I was like looking it up. I was like, what does it mean when you dream, right? Like I wasn't dreaming, but I was like hallucinating it. What does it mean when you dream about cutting your ear off or something like that? So then I saw the Van Gogh thing, and then I was like, oh, okay, so this is what it is. Like, you know, like, so I try to like correlate it with something that other people are also feeling, because I don't want to sound crazy. Like, oh, this person's telling me to cut my ear off because the person I see and I'm hallucinating has no ear. You know what I mean? And then I realized it's a real person. I was like, oh, there's a person. That's not who I'm seeing, but it's like something that makes sense to me. It has some sort of explanation of who it is.
What does that mean when you dream or hallucinate about cutting your ear off?
Just seeing someone with their ear bleeding, and then they're like, do it, like cut your ear off too. Like it was that kind of thing. And I was just like, oh. Yeah. Should
I cut my ear off?
I mean, no. I would say don't. I would tell everybody don't do that. Like, and me too, you know what I mean? Like, I laugh about it because it's like so scary. Like, I'm just not that. I've never been that person. Like, that's different. It's not like a cute little disorder where it's like, oh, she's manic or something. You know what I mean? It's like someone's telling you, like, saw your ear off. Like,
so does like your real life and your psyche kind of fuel the need for this music, or is it more of like a hobby that you just want to become Gerard in some way?
I think it's just a hobby. I really do think it's a hobby. Like it feels good to do it. Like it is like therapeutic, but I think it's therapeutic because I get to be someone else. Like I was my pop star Britney, and I was like amazing. Like I love being her. And so now this is my era of like living out my other like hero. You know what I mean? Like Gerard. Like
but also shades of you as a person.
Yeah. What do you mean? You think? I don't know.
I think you as a person, like which we covered in the last interview.
Yeah.
You were raised by entertainment, so I think you see yourself in these entertainment icons.
Yeah.
And I think also at the same time you're kind of a performance artist, so like parts of you over time have been shaped and formed and influenced by these different people. Britney Spears, Gerard Way.
Yeah.
And I think all of that wrapped together
is this
you.
Well, I think I do lack identity. I've always lacked identity. Like I really don't think I have a personality of my own. Like I think that's like a common thing actually, because I've like talked about this before. But like even like whoever I'm dating, like that's why I become obsessed with. I'm converting to Judaism, right? Because like my fiance is like from Israel and he speaks Hebrew, and I was like, so even today in the car, I'm like, okay, let's go over Hebrew. Like I'm learning Hebrew. You know what I mean? Like I just become other people. I find it fascinating. I don't know who I am, so I'm like I'll just become. And to me, it works. Like I'm happy. I like dressing up as other people. I like being other people, and being Gerard Way is the coolest thing ever. Like I'm so envious of his life.
But is it not knowing who you are, or just genuinely being like in the case of Moses, just genuinely being interested in connecting with someone you love in a different way?
I think it's both. I think it's like I just want to have a like identity that makes me, and I don't want it to be my outbursts and my craziness. I don't want that to be my identity. Like that's what my identity is. Like this is Trish. She never changes. She's this crazy bitch. You know what I mean? And I don't want that. I'd rather like be someone else. I don't know.
Do you feel like too much of your genuine identity was on display in Frenemies in a way you couldn't cover up by costumes?
I don't think so, because like how quick people turned on me, right? Like for making a comment saying like this segment sucks, and then everybody all of a sudden is like, including Ethan himself, like Trish is a person this whole time. Like to me, it was all like a facade that people liked me. Like I was me, but I've been that person. You know what I mean? I've like the David stuff I've always talked about. Like, you know what I mean? I've always been that person. So to me, I don't think people really even liked me, because it's like they changed so quick because I said like things that were like not even as bad as things I said in the past. I don't know. To me, it's all kind of like, looking back at it, it seems all kind of like fake love, which is fine. You know, I'm just like, because I messed up. I had a moment and I like said, oh, I hate this segment. And then everyone's like, Trisha. And even the videos after, I thought I was fine. I mean, the ones were after Ethan's, and I'm going off because I was like, what the f***, you're lying. But before all that, I thought I honestly did. I don't care what anyone says. Like, I handled myself so much better than I ever have. Like, I rehashed it with my therapist. Like, I didn't call anyone names. I was like trying to stay. Like, I handled it a lot better than I've ever have in the past. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. That's a win for me. Even if no one else thinks that, it's fine.
And by the way, that's the attitude you need to make it through another day.
Exactly. What am I going to quit therapy? I'm like, oh, you know what? Everyone's right. I'm the same old Trish. Therapy. Like, bring the voices back. Stop my medication. Like, you know, it's like, no. I'm on medication. This is me medicated, like, for the first time in my life, you know?
I just...
Yeah.
Well, I saw on YouTube the other day you went off on Gabby Hanna. I don't know the full story behind that, but do you ever think, like, you know what, I'll just close my computer, put the phone down, take a breather, and not put this out there? Or do you, like, need to get it out there to feel complete?
I don't think it's to feel complete. I just have a impulse problem.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I have just yeah. I probably need to work on that. That's something I need in my reaction. And I thought I was doing pretty good. I think Frenemies helped that, because I was like, oh, I can talk about this Monday. But that's also not healthy either, because I'm like, let me just pent it all up, and then Monday, let me just go off on everybody. Well, it's probably not the best environment for me either, because I was just like dogging on people, you know what I mean?
I actually thought it was the safest and most legitimate environment. And I think people took you the most seriously, not because you were necessarily next to a man. Truly, dude, you weren't on your kitchen floor, you know? You're in a studio. You have a microphone behind your mouth.
So that makes it. Oh, that's legit.
No, I know, but like I think it's different than like, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. I think it's all fake. If people can turn that quickly, which again is fine. I don't care. But like, it's never like. They weren't like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like a change. It was just like someone's hyping me up, just like the David. Everyone loved me and David. And then, you know, when it's done, whatever. It's fine. It's just life. It's not, I'm not mad about it. I'm not, you know, I'm happy. Like, at least, like I said, at least I have Moses. I have my music. I got my family. Like, I'm happy. I am happy in life. Everyone's like, she's going through a breakdown again. I was like, damn. Just because I have manic episodes doesn't mean it's a full-on breakdown. Like, I'm going to a mental hospital again.
No. And I'm you seem grounded. And you seem like you're channeling a lot of emotions through this music, so.
Yeah, that's my emo face.
Yeah,
Is that what emo means? Emotional?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you wish people would actually listen to the lyrics instead of just like rolling their eyes and laughing?
I don't know. I'm kind of happy with being like a clown too sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like all kind of publicity at the end of the day is good publicity. Not that I wanted any of this with Frenemies. Like, it does not feel good to be hated. Like, I'm not trying to troll people, but like, if people want to like make fun of me or that's fine. And again, my lyrics aren't like super deep. Like, you know, I have moments where I feel like, oh, this is what I'm trying to say. I'm not really good at like making like deep metaphors and stuff like that where people feel stuff. I feel stuff, but yeah, I don't know. It'd be cool if people listen to it. I think today on TikTok I was like quoting my lyrics. I thought I had some pretty good ones in there. I thought I had some bangers, so I was hoping people would listen. But
Are you writing alone?
No, my he's in the band. He's my bassist Jeremy and my drummer Connor. Connor literally does all the instruments. Like, he started it basically because I was like, I want to do a band, and it was literally just Connor playing all the instruments himself. So shout out Connor Masura. He's like amazing. And him and Jeremy have been a team since like I did Freaky. They did my Freaky. They did all my songs. So when I wanted to do this, and then Social Repose, who's like an emo boy on the internet, like he kind of joined as like our emo cred, but now we're actually playing a show in LA, and he's like gonna be the guitarist. So it turned into like this real band. So yeah, but it's real live instruments. Like all the albums, like live instruments, like all. It's like, yeah, it's just cool.
What lyric stands out to you, or what lyric do you actually keep with you as a reminder?
I mean, this last one's kind of depressing, so it's just more. There's a one that kind of like hit. It's the Van Gogh song I was talking about. I like hit today, and I was like doing it, and it was just like, what more do you want from me? Like empty veins, like there's nothing left. Like, you know, bleeding for your masterpiece. Like, just like I literally give everything, and I put everything on the line, and still like enough for people. And then this one resonated where I was like, put me up high on a steeple, like just for you to just for me to come down, like just to be torn down. Like to me, like that is just like a reminder, like that's life. That's why even during Frenemies, I was like, don't hype me up. Like I don't want people being like, we love you. You guys are kings of the internet. Like I didn't want any of that because people do that to like tear you down. But
so what do you want instead? For people to not compliment you?
Just don't put me on a pedestal. I don't think anyone should be put on a pedestal, honestly. Like, you'll just be disappointed. You know what I mean? You'll just be disappointed by people. And especially me, because I put everything out there. Most people don't put, we're not going to hear Gerard Way's fault, because he doesn't put himself out there like that. So it's like, especially me, since I put myself out there, like, I will continue to disappoint because I'm human and I'm a really flawed human and I have a lot of issues and, like, I'm working on it. But, like, I can't change overnight. I can't just be, like, a perfect human, like, overnight. You know what I mean? So...
Of course.
I love compliments and I love people who support me. Obviously, there's a ton of people who still support me and I think it's great and I like cling on to that. But I also don't like make that anything. I'm kind of just neutral.
But that only comes after time, right? Like you there's probably a time where you were more deeply connected to people wanting you or liking you, yeah?
Yeah, I think when I was like younger, I just want to be famous. You're like, I just want to be famous. I still think that. I still think as long as people, it's like this warped sense in my head where I'm like, if people know me, that's fine. If people are still talking to me, it's good. It's so that's more of like I don't know what that is.
I get it.
That's something else, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say you flipped your script on David Dobrik the other day on Twitter.
Oh my God, that was so smart. How do people not get sarcasm? Like that makes me worried for the internet. I was like, really?
What?
Really? My comments were flooded. Like David's back in front of me. He's going, like, you know what I mean? So I was like commenting on that. I was like, okay, like, so I was like, damn, what did I even say? I'm like, Miss David's vlog, so happy. Like, it was so clearly sarcasm. In what universe do I ever like David Dobrik? He's like literally, like, at least he took accountability. He owned up to it. I mean, it took losing sponsors, but like some people will never take accountability, and those are the people I have issues with, which is currently Ethan right now. If you can't say you didn't do anything wrong in a situation, like acknowledge something, like some wrongdoing, which in a partnership, you guys would know, like, there's always somebody, like, you're both at
it's a give and take.
Yeah. So if you can't, like, give a little bit, like, you're just like, I did everything. I bent over backward. Like, I can't deal with that person. And at least David took accountability. Jason hasn't yet. I like people who can just, like, own up to, especially if it's not something so serious. Like, if you're not, like, sexting minors like James Charles. Like, if it's something light, not light, but, like, if it's something that people can forgive, like, you should own up to it. I don't know. Maybe it's, like, people don't want to admit. I don't know. Maybe they don't want to look weak. I don't know why people don't admit to their wrong.
What wrongdoing would you like Ethan, or wrongdoings, would you like Ethan to own up to?
I think there's so many, like the way he handled that situation. Like if he saw that like destructive behavior, or like if he, like the way he lied to the staff, like I think that was my biggest thing, was pinning them against me or making them seem like I didn't want them there when it had nothing to do with it. Like, why did you turn it? Like that's that you did that. It's also up. He knows like that he, like, with our original agreement, I was never just the talent on an H3. Like that was never the setup. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, there's a lot. And also like just also the pushing thing. Like you can't just say like, I'm the one that came for you and made fun of you and you did absolutely nothing wrong. Like you also made fun of me. Like what the hell? Like admit to it. But he like can't. He combats everything. Like if I have an issue with like, oh, I didn't like talking about my STDs. He's like, well, she talked about this before. It's like, he just is like, well, she did this. So like what I did to her doesn't matter. It's like this canceling out. It's like, just because we're both up doesn't mean, you know what I mean? That is frustrating because so many people are like, oh, you made sexual things to Ethan. Like, before I was ever on his show, he was talking about like how many fingers have been up me and I'm passed around and being stuffed like a bowling ball. Like that's like on those H3 clips. They're so gross, telling me my clit is like bigger than his dick. Like all this like, or all this crazy vile. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like that, like, yeah, I also, but so did you. Like it didn't come out of nowhere. It wasn't just like, I don't know. I don't know. But again, more recently, because I the past is in the past, whatever, as far as I'm concerned. But like this kind of stuff, it's like, you really think it's just all me? Like it was just like, Trisha's crazy and she did all this to us. And it, like that, I can't even like grasp right now. Because I was like, damn. And really to throw me on the bus, do a 180 on that. Like just really just be like, and then she didn't want to work at the building. And then this. And then she called my wife, a year. It's like that stuff that they said they forgave me and continue to do a show with, but obviously it's something that they didn't, and that's fine. They don't need to. But like, why tell me you did and like continue to do a show with me if that was like hurting you this whole time? Like I feel stupid that I was like a part of this show because I'm in their house, and they still have resentment towards me, which I get, you know what I mean? But it just was crazy. It's just because I quit the show and all of a sudden it's 180. It's like, Trisha f***ing sucks now.
Do you think David Dobrik deserves to be forgiven? And do you think the internet has forgiven him?
This situation, I think it's pretty bad. I don't think he took enough like responsibility in this situation because this was like he had some serious allegations against him, right? Like I I don't know if I want to go into them, but like, you know, obviously the kissing thing with Seth and like the girls being blacked out, like it's stuff I don't think he took full responsibility for, but I mean, it's whatever. It's the internet. They'll forgive him. I don't forgive him. I don't think I would never, but.
Were you expecting him to come back this quickly?
I mean, he kind of hid for a while.
He did.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long.
Right. It was like a few months.
6 months. Not
That's
even.
the thing about the internet. If you do something, you go away for 2-3 months and people move on and then you come back
Forget.
and like nothing happens.
Yeah, but
Isn't
in the
that crazy?
span of
Yeah.
life, 2-3 months is nothing.
Right. Like Shane's been away for a year, you know? So it's like that's some time where people may forgive. But yeah, he came back quick. Wait, isn't it crazy that when I was here last time, everyone's like, Trisha's obsessed with David, like her, like David's king. And then like all of a sudden the same things I've been saying from 2 years ago come out and now everyone's like, David. I'm like, again, because Ethan like is like, see, he brought light to it. So like, oh yeah, this voice of reason because he's calm. Maybe I just need to be more calm and then people like listen to me more. Maybe that's the key. Maybe I'm a little too manic.
Did you hear about what people are saying online? They think it's a coincidence that David returned the first Tuesday after Frenemies was gone.
I did see that. That's why I was responding to it because I thought it was funny. I believe it. I believe it. Yeah, because he always put his apology videos out like Monday night, like after we filmed Frenemies, like people would know we filmed Monday. So then that's why we were doing those emergency episodes because we're like, oh, we got to talk about his apology. You know what I mean? Probably. It's so funny. But it's so funny because like, yeah, I don't know. I believe that for sure. People are probably like, okay, it's safe to come back. I honestly didn't think we were doing anything crazy. Like, I mean, there was just other people's stories that were like, that happened to them. It's not like we were like, attacking everybody for everything they did. You know, one time we started to, and I'm like, let's not attack everybody because then you lose credibility for like the actual people on the internet, like the Davids and the James Charles and all that stuff.
You think James Charles can make a comeback or?
He probably will too, but like he should be in prison. You remember Austin Jones went to prison for like asking girls for twerking videos? Like James did the same thing, like asking for sexual armpit pictures of minors. It's like he should be in prison. But maybe it will. Austin Jones and even Drake Bell, right? His is like 3 years old, his charges that he just got arrested for. So, and maybe over time they will because someone has to press charges for you to go to jail. So.
Do you miss this? Like, do you miss sitting here and talking about the internet, you know, scuttlebutt?
Yeah, I think so. I really do think it's too far gone, though. Like, I don't think I could, like, look at him, like, the same way. And maybe vice versa. I'm sure maybe he has those same feelings. I don't think I could. Because, like, I know how people see things, but, like, I know, like, the truth behind all of it and, like, the real. And it's just, like, it's some that he turned so much again. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I thought I was still being respectful. I thought I was being good just because I'm a little more manic about it. Doesn't mean, like, I wasn't trying to, like, make him look bad or rely on him, you know? I was like, I'm removing myself from a situation. Like, everyone thinks I'm being, like, rude or
You made it 39 episodes.
Oh, yeah.
I really do think you guys could have made it years. You should have just called me. I would have mediated the situation. I really could do that.
Yeah, maybe it's better, though, to go out on, like, a high note. You know what I mean? Like, rather than people getting sick of you. Because I see podcasts, like, decline, and then you're just like, that's sad. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to be Crystalia. You know, I want to be, like, on top. It's cool I was on top of anything. Like, I've never gotten that many views. I was stoked about it. I was like, wow, people like it. I probably fucked up. Oh, well, who cares? I got Gerard Way persona here. I embody him. That's fine. Poor Gerard. He's like so like loving and like peaceful. And I'm like this crazy person dressed up as him. He's like, oh my God, this person stopped.
No, but I do genuinely believe that those are big qualities to who you are as a person. I just think that there's other factors at play that like just make you lead to emotional impulsive responses in a way that you're the most comfortable with, which happens to be public. You know, I think I feel like you deal with things publicly as opposed to privately in most aspects of life. Yes.
Yeah, I try. Like, cause like I try and do. I'm trying to do privately, but like sometimes, like again, when like Dan's saying like this isn't true, I don't know where she got that from. Then I'm like, well, here's the text messages. You know what I mean? I don't like to be made a liar because I really don't think I lie on people. Like I really don't. Like I'm trying to think of anything that I've like. I've never tried to make like him saying I want to fire the staff. Like I've never like lied about him. Like I never said anything that wasn't true. You know, like I'm just not that person. So like hearing that, like Trisha wants to fire the staff, I was like, that's stuff because that's not true at all. I don't even have the power. Like what? Like it doesn't make any sense. Why would he even say that? Even if it was true, why did Ethan as a boss go tell his employees Trisha wants you fired? To me, that's manipulative. Even if I wanted that, like why are you saying that to pin them against me? Like you're the boss. Like I don't know. To me, I don't like how interview was handled. I still don't.
And by the way, like you're valid in that point. Like that is kind of important if he's going to take something that maybe you told him in private regarding the crew and go and tell them that.
Which I didn't. For the record, I didn't.
Yeah.
But even if I
you did,
yeah, it's up. It's I don't know. It was shady. Get my emo bangs back. You have emo bangs too. I want to be cool like you.
I've had emo bangs since the 3rd grade.
Are you an emo kid?
2001. Yeah.
You're emo. You were emo kid, right? Did you have emo hair?
Yeah, I've been into that my whole life. That's what I still listen to.
So do you think I'm like a poser because I only like My Chemical Romance?
Oh.
I mean, hey, if that's what you like, that's what you like. I'm not going to judge you for it.
I don't understand that practice. Like, you are a fan of My Chem. Like, you can still be a fan of the lifestyle and the community that music breeds without liking other bands. Like, that's...
Thank you.
And by the way, I could probably make the case that you're the biggest My Chemical Romance fan, as you've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars doing high-grade karaoke music videos. I mean, what the fuck?
Thank you. I like to think so too. Yeah. Social Repo said that too. He's like, damn, for everyone coming for Trish, like she really be like hardcore about this though. We recruited Helena like probably 3 times. We probably did that like music video so many times with the casket. Like I've been recruited. I just love it. I don't know. I'll keep doing
you know what? The singing might not be the best, but you can feel the emotion. You put a lot of effort into it.
I'll take that because some people even are like, she sucks at performing. I'm like, well, at least I feel like I give some energy.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you. We should have a karaoke party. Do you guys want to come to my wedding? It's coming up soon.
Oh my God, yeah.
I'll send you
Does
guys
nobody else
invites.
want to come? Have you made enemies with everybody else?
No, our wedding is popping. I mean, maybe. Who knows?
I would love to
She's
come.
resorting to inviting us. She got empty tables all around.
Because I want to do karaoke at my wedding. So then I'm like, do you guys want to come
Yeah.
karaoke at the wedding? Like, I was going to say we should karaoke.
Yes.
And then I was thinking, okay, the wedding. We're trying to get Donny Osmond. And we have an Elvis impersonator right now. We have like a Vegas show lineup for our wedding.
I heard you were spending a lot of money on the entertainment.
Yeah, I would spend my life savings to have Gerard Way sing one song. I would give him all my life savings. And it's a lot of savings. Like, I got made $9 million on OnlyFans. Take all that money.
Hard to hear that.
Just for one song. That's it. I would just be like, because he does an acoustic version of Helena, which is like so pretty. It's like, oh, it's so good. It was like at some radio event. He had like red hair and he's doing this acoustic and it's so pretty. And I was like, that could be our first song.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
What does Moses think of this wedding that you're planning? He's back there. To the last.
Moses is the most supportive person ever. He's so down. He's so down for all of it. Like he's became a My Chem fan. He's like, I love them. We listen to him all the time. On the way to my proposal, I knew something was up because we drove 4 hours away, and he's just like, "Do you want to play My Chemical Romance?" And like over and over for 4 hours. I'm like, this is crazy. Like what? And it was the best proposal ever. And I was like, that was weird. You let me play like My Chem the whole time. He's like, yeah, he loves it. He's like a fan now. So we watched their Black Parade, the last show in Mexico. We like watch that over and over when we're in the car. It's like a 2.5 hour performance. It's so good.
What? By the way, like, he's it for you.
Yeah.
Frenemies brought that into your life, no? Kind of?
I guess H3 did. Yeah. I guess H3. Yeah. We give them some credit there. Shout out Ethan and Hila. I mean, they did. Thank you.
I mean, like, all I wanted after your last visit to the show is for you to find healthy love with I think I described somebody just like Moses.
Yeah, but you did. That clip is out there. Of someone that needs to like let you be the star, let you, like, and that's so him. Like, because I always was with someone that needed to be like the spotlight too, you know what I mean? And he's so supportive. Like he's so, he's the best.
Dude, he cheers you on, he rears you no matter what in all ways.
Yeah.
I mean, let's go.
He does, and he does call me out my shit. Like, I'm so tired of the internet being like, Moses just not saying anything. He does call me out, like, for sure. Like, my rock bottom was him. Like, when we first started dating, like, I would go to his house naked, drugged out of my mind, like, banging on his window, and he just, like, would not give into it. He's not letting me in. He's just like, you're not going to do this behavior. Like, he stopped seeing me for 4 weeks. Like, I had some behavior with him because I was so out of my mind so many times, like, Xanax. And he, like, literally just, like, I'm not seeing you. I'm not engaging in this. And then I really had, like, change. There was, like, a low where I this like crazy fight. I threw his like keys out. I was being nuts. I was crazy. And like he's like, I'm not talking to you anymore. He just stopped talking to me. And it was like the lowest low. And then like when he talked to me again, like that's when I was like, okay, I need some serious help. Like that's when I started like going more into like group therapy classes because like that's what I was always like recommended and I just wouldn't do it. And then when I did it, I was like, oh, it helped so much. And then also like talking to someone together, like having a partner with you when you have like a mental illness, like that's always like encouraged.
Changes the game
Because then they know. And even though people are like, oh, it shouldn't be anyone's problem, but like, I mean, at the end of the day, it is. Like, if you have to know, like, if you're dating someone with mental illness, how to like disengage, how to like handle it, because like, it's just what it is. Like, I just have episodes, like, and it sucks. I really thought like I'll never find someone because like it really shouldn't be anyone else's problem. But like, if you find someone who's like willing to like learn with you, like that's dope.
That's it. And by the way, like Moses, I'm sure, don't want to speak for him, but has grown and become stronger in numerous ways since the beginning of the relationship in ways that he probably could have never even imagined.
Yeah, he's amazing, and I feel like I've been changed so much by it, and like he didn't make me, but like I made myself want to get help because I was like, damn, I can't keep like being like this, like just so self-destructive. Like I was, because I was just like doing the most to push him away, and he's like this most patient person. And then I was like, I need to get help. And so we haven't had any like issues or blowouts since I became like sober in December, like right when we got engaged.
Is he a fan of SadBoy2005?
Yeah, he's the biggest. I'm surprised you're not wearing it. He usually has my hoodie on. He's all like every day. I swear he wears like a t-shirt or a hoodie. And I was like, okay, fan over there. I love it. He's the biggest. It comes to all my music videos. Like he's a full-time like job. Like he full-blown like does huge like high-end clients, and he's be like at all my music videos and stuff. Like he'll take the day off, and so like he's coolest.
That's
You ever ask Moses like why you?
All the time. Well, I used to, but then my therapist is like, don't put that out there. Don't be like, you don't, because I'm like, I don't deserve you. Like, why? I'm such a mess. Like, I make your life. So then they're like, stop saying that, because like you'll put it out there. You're like, you know, all this that. Like, you're also like going to push him away. Like, so I had to like start rearranging my thing of like, yeah, no, I deserve this relationship. Like, I worked on myself. Like, I deserve a healthy relationship, all stuff like that. But I mean, I used to ask him that all the time. I used to be like, in my head, even though I like to say I worked on myself, I still think that I'm still like, what the hell does, what's he doing with me? But I don't know. He says I bring excitement to his life, so at least I bring some.
You think?
Definitely do.
I'm like the entertainment, and he's like the stability. So.
But that's
yeah.
when those two merge. That's something could be everlasting.
Yeah, I think it's a good one. The internet's a little hateful right now. People are so mean. People are like, Mo's gonna leave you. I was like, people are so mean.
But that's why I think we need to mediate this situation between you and Ethan and Hilya Klein. Really, truly. I mean, like, there's so much more at stake.
I love Hila. I do not have an issue with her. Like, she's a saint for forgiving me. Like, I've actually never had the issue. I've been like, I was nuts. You know what I mean? I don't have an issue with her even now. Like, I love her. Just for the record, I love her, and I actually really love the staff. Like, I have no issue with anyone but Ethan, and I'm so down to work on it on a personal level, like a couple months from now. But like, it needs time.
Yeah, but this needs to be resolved before the wedding. No.
Yeah, but there's well. Maybe in a couple weeks then, I don't know. We got to get on it.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I think it's just like a time thing. I mean, he like, you know what, I will say he did text me the other day. He did pay me for last month. So he's like, I'm sending this over from last month. I was like, okay, thanks. So something. I said, thank you.
Is there ever going to be a day where you come in here and you're like, I'm friends with Ethan, I'm friends with David, I'm friends with Jason, I'm friends with everyone. We've solved all of our issues.
You know what? Maybe.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Someone here. Ding dong. Gerard Way?
Oh, it's Ethan.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Imagine if we surprise you with Ethan Klein here in the flesh. Oh, that would be amazing.
Oh.
We're not that good.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. Yeah, I'm down to be friends with people. I'm down to be, well, maybe not David. David's pretty, and Jason's really, but maybe Ethan not so much.
You gotta let me
Mediate?
stick my in this issue with Ethan Klein, because I think I can really help you
What
too.
would you do?
I would sit them both down privately
Yeah,
and
let's hear.
have open and honest discussions, and we'd work through point by point, and we'd make
Right.
it very clear, like, what is entertaining for the world to be a part of and what is sausage making nonsense that doesn't need to be included.
Right.
And I agree, you need your own producer. I think that's a big part of it. And beefing up the staff makes a bunch of sense. Playing staff against talent is not ever the answer. I mean, there's but
Yeah.
again, it doesn't need to be done publicly. Like, you can have these discussions as grown professional creative adults who have a common goal, which is to come together each and every week and create the best hour and so of content that you can. I mean, it's really not that hard. And to be honest, the job that y'all were doing was the best job. You didn't need to do anything besides be yourself. How awesome is that?
I know. I'm really rethinking life. It's like I'm in therapy right now.
Well,
maybe he is the one to fix this issue.
I don't think so. My therapist says the opposite. They're like, you need to set boundaries. You need to do this. You're like, I think you need to talk. I was like, okay, damn. What am I supposed to do?
no, but I understand that. I go to therapy twice a week.
Yeah.
I've been going for not a while, but a healthy amount of time. But I do agree in boundaries, which is exactly this. I think a boundary was crossed by making it public. I think a boundary was crossed. Like, really, you should have just ended the last episode and just called it a day and moved on to the next episode. Because, like, there's always the next one.
And we were down. He's like, you want to film tomorrow? Yes. That was after.
And then he said,
maybe
we shouldn't because the crew was upset and he was trying.
But the crew wasn't upset. They're like, we were down to film with Trish. Like, that's what Dan said on the Discord.
Yes,
so, like, he's lying.
Because they're professionals.
About it.
Well, he said he wanted to do that because he wanted to be a good boss and he didn't want anybody to get emotionally hurt. But the truth is, you should have moved forward with the shoot. I think that's where he f***ed up. Because no matter what, the show always goes on, right?
If it was Bravo, they'd be like, oh, bring Trish back. Keep bringing her back. You know what I mean? Like,
well, but to be honest, like, no legitimate production would ever cease production of anything.
Yeah.
Because somebody, like, you would never allow that to happen because, like, every day that production is missed, it's money that is lost.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
I loved Frenemies for you. I was sending you DMs while you were on it. I was very
Yeah.
happy. I really thought it was something. So, I'm here to, stick my there. I think I can help a little bit, but I think boundaries are important, truly.
Yeah. Are you mentally ill or you just go to therapy?
No, I suffer from severe ADHD, and I have for a long time. And I think that's trickled into a whole bunch of things. Like, I too have impulsive emotional responses to things if I don't work on it, and a bunch of other things. I mean, I see a therapist twice a week. I see an ADHD coach. I mean, I'm really trying to work through it.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's progress, but I think communication is the only way that you actually solve problems.
Agreed. I kind of suck at that part.
I just think you have been wired over the years to communicate differently. And I mean that with peace and love. And I mean that with...
Trigger warning!
First of all, he stole that from Howard Stern. If we're going to be that guy, he took it from Ringo Starr. Yes.
Ah. Well, I knew the Ringo
Sorry,
Starr
Ethan.
thing.
Sorry.
I didn't know the Howard Stern. I didn't Ringo.
You're Howard. I'll send you tape. Bunch of Howard. I mean, Howard would work that into throughout his every show for years.
Interesting.
Yes.
See, we're the same. He steals from Howard Stern. I steal from Gerard Way. We just, we stealing other people's shit.
Last time you were here, you were dressed like Pamela Anderson from Howard Stern.
You have such a good memory. Holy. Yeah.
I tell people about
skinny
that.
Then, huh?
I tell people about that because I thought that was one of the coolest things a guest has ever done.
Yeah.
I really thought it was very special.
Because you have the vibe. You have the set. Like this. Okay, not to be whatever, not to be back to the money thing, but this is like, I feel like we should have a set like this, 100% of the highlights and 5% is a lot. And I was like, we should have a cooler set, And so when we're going to move downtown LA, and I was like, oh, is it going to be a new set? He's like, no, it's the same set. I'm like, what? Like, and I do pretty, like,
Your set was incredible, though, the half pink, half black.
Yeah, but I think it was just a wall, right?
Yeah, it's like a wall, it's a curtain and a wall, it's like a desk, which is fine. It was cute for quarantine, but like, this is something that I do excel in because I do music videos and I have such cool sets. So I have the most amazing set designer in the whole world. He said he spent $50,000 on the set. My sets are like $25,000 to recreate Beetlejuice. So like I could have made something so sick. And like that's what I love. Like when I came to and this is why I like coming here. I was so excited. I was like, oh, it's back. Like let me come on because like it's cool. Like this is a vibe. Like even if we have no guests, like it's fun to come in to like work like this. It's just like amps you up even more. And he loves Howard Stern and he said that. So I was like, why don't we do something like cool? Like Shane had a really cool set. Like get a cool set. We have the money. And that was my issue. It's not like give me more money. It's like, can we use this money towards something like a cool set?
But I think a part of like, if you choose to talk is like, every decision should be run by you as it relates to Frenemies. I think that's 100% fair.
But no, it's not because he's the producer and I'm the talent. I don't get to say
that's not true because
I agree.
But
do you see my issue?
And I think that's a very valid issue. So I think that's why we need to be sitting down with Ethan. We need to be working out material terms. Really, truly.
Yeah.
Like everybody needs to be respected. And I do believe he's tried to make concessions, but ultimately at the end of the day, like the show is 50% yours.
Thank you. I like to think that that's all I'm saying is like we did build something together. He had his own thing. I had my own thing.
It doesn't exist without you. And by the way, did you really think Whitney Cummings was going to replace you?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Is that a thing?
Oh my God. The internet thought Whitney Cummings was about to replace you on Frenemies.
Oh, wow.
But I think it's just because she did a photo shoot between a black and pink wall. No.
Oh.
She has her own podcast.
Damn, could you imagine if I was to replace that quickly? Whew, that would be therapy. So much like rejection right away. I was like, holy.
I mean, if we're talking about like him spending money, like, you know what I mean? You can't really afford Whitney Cummings. Like
Is she popping? I don't know anything about her. Is she still popping?
She's popping in the sense that she is a great comedian. She does a podcast, but also she was a big, she wrote freaking the Roseanne reboot. She brought that show back originally. She had a bunch of shows on TV. Like, I don't know.
I would be okay. Like, honestly, if he replaced me, I'd be like, whatever. The show goes on. It is what it is. Sometimes I think I'm,
Are you replaceable?
No. I don't think so. In the sense, no. I mean, I kind of am like.
No, there's only one Trisha Paytas.
That's correct.
Thank you. I think that's a good thing. I don't know. I mean, people, that's like what's the cool part about TikTok. Like, I start feeling really down about myself and thinking, like, God, I'm such like an idiot. But then people are like, this is kind of like what she does. And it's not that I do this like by choice. Like, it really is something that I can't control. But like, hey, if that's like something that like some people like, at least it's something I have for me because it's not, I've always said that. I don't have like talent. I don't have like stuff like that. But I have something that people are interested in. And to me, I guess that's like enough. I'm like, oh. I don't want to be a shitty person though. I'm like this bad person, you know what I mean? So like if I ever do get opportunities, people always send hate to like whatever. Like Paper Magazine was supposed to feature me for like Break the Internet and I got so much hate. Like they got so much hate that they canceled the shoot. They already did a photo shoot and they just didn't even put it in. They're like, oh, we got too much hate. I was like, so people, no matter what I do, will just be like, she's a person,
I mean, we're already expecting those comments when we upload this interview.
I know. I was like, I hope they don't say anything because the tweets are, right now it's like the most canceled I've ever been as far as like internet hate. Like people are pissed.
Yeah, because it was so good.
Right, they missed the show.
What you brought to Frenemies, the two of you together, was so good. And that is why I'm sitting here today and I'm saying just talk it out. Like, and this should be the biggest learning moment of all, which is, like, and I say family, which incorporates you and Ethan, the crew, to a certain degree, because when you do a show like that, where you have to bear 100% of your genuine self around each other, like, it's very intimate, it's very personal, and you spend a lot of time. So family is how you got to start. Like, that's the level that you got to set. That certain family stays family, and then certain family becomes entertaining.
But do you see, I think that's his issue and everyone's issue is like, I don't know that. Like, I'm not good with that. If someone's like, I don't think I could ever work on that. Like, I've tried and I'm like, I still just air everything out. Like, therapists, everybody was telling me, you can't do that. You have to keep something. And I'll always just air everything out. Like, that's just it. I don't know. There's something wrong with me. There's literally something wrong with me where I can't control it. No medication can turn that off.
Yeah, but that muscle is what we need to, like, change. Because that's the biggest thing. Like, that's why we're here, right? And that's why Frenemies doesn't exist.
Yeah. I'm just not, like, good at working on muscles. Like, I just cannot work out. Like, I don't have discipline that way. If I was good at that, I'd be skinny. I'd be like, I'm just not good at, like, exercising anything. I just don't like it. It's so much work. It's, like, a lot.
I really am a big fan of yours, Trisha Paytas. Very, very big.
I'm a big fan of you guys. The interview last time, everyone liked me on this interview. I was, like, so excited. I was like, damn, I can't wait to come back. You want to co-host? Can I come? Can I be the third or fourth here?
Yeah.
I'll help set up the cameras.
It'll be you, me, Zach, and Blair.
Yeah, I would love that.
I mean, truthfully, really, I could sit here and be like, let's try to add Trisha to our show.
I don't think Trisha can follow a schedule. You know what I mean?
And that's okay. We really don't either.
No, there's no way I come Monday through Friday. It will not happen.
But the reality is, I want to see you back at Frenemies because I know dude, it's very layered. It's attached to your husband. There's so much there.
Yeah.
There's so much there, and I felt like that's, like, in addition to the music and everything else that you create, that could have just been the right consistent beat for you.
Right.
I want to see that happen with boundaries, though. With boundaries.
Right.
And with things in writing, and you should have a contract. I think that's insane that you did it on a handshake, and I get it. That's how family operates, but, like, draw something up.
I agree, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not the professional one. I've never claimed to be professional. He's like, I'm so professional. I run a production company. I'm like, well, production number one is like contracts. Like, even my music videos have contracts for people. Like, I don't know. I think it's, I don't know. Honestly, if he would have asked me, like, oh, ready to, like he did. He asked me, you want to do the show the next time? I'm like, yeah. Like, I'm never the one to say no, but whatever.
If he said, come over tomorrow and let's talk this out, would you go?
I don't know. He's triggering me right now. He's my biggest trigger. I need to, like, chill for a second.
Then what is SadBoy2005 trigger warning to you?
Trigger warning to me.
It's almost like you're warning people before they listen to the album.
Yeah, but I think in general.
That's exactly what she's doing?
That's what I'm saying. No, I am. Like, trigger warning, Trisha Paytas is involved in something. Like, you guys should put a trigger warning before this episode. Like, Trisha is here. It's going to trigger you, because people get so pissed when I talk about anything. They're like, oh, fuck. They really do get riled up. Like, I do think I do trigger the entire internet right now. Like, anything I say is, like, misconstrued. Like, it's nuts. So I don't know. Like, I tweeted that I went to In the Heights or something, and then everyone's like, wow, Trish, like, really trying to appropriate culture. Like, just so crazy. I'm like, people are just nuts right now. I literally just said I love the movie. People aren't crazy.
That's why I want to see a new day dawn in your life.
I do too. It's not fun. But I don't want to be back on a pedestal. I don't want to be on a pedestal again. Like, I don't like being up there. I even on the show, I didn't like it.
But, like, then you need to block it out. Then you need to have the ability to, like, then don't receive the compliments because
I did. I was like, and I said it on the show. I'm like, do not build me up. Like, I am a piece of shit too.
Well, if people have the organic want to build you up, let them build. You just don't need to receive it. You don't need to see it. You don't need to look at it.
Okay.
Because when they're building you up, you're doing something right.
Okay. I'll accept the building up again.
But just let it exist. You don't need to accept it or not accept it. You just ignore it.
Right. I can't ignore things either. Like, I see everything and I gotta, like,
You respond to so much.
I have to.
The merch looks pretty cool.
I should have brought you some. My merch is cool. I'm so proud of it. We collabed with Marsan Brands. You know, because I never did merch as like a YouTuber, like Trisha Paytas merch. I always thought that was so cheesy when people have like shirts that say like, you know, my anxiety has anxiety or whatever the it is. You know what I mean? It's just like I never did that. So I like having band merch. I love band. Well, clearly I love band merch. I'm a Hot Topic queen over here. Like I just love it.
So, you are in a band.
I am in a band.
You're the lead singer of the band.
I am the lead singer. Who would have thought? My chorus teacher would be shocked. They'd be like, whoa, what? I'm so bad. Like, you should see me recording. Like, they have to, like, count me and go. Like, I'm so bad musically.
This is the opposite of anyone else we've ever had on this couch.
Oh, my God.
I'm, like, so I don't know. I love it, though. I have so much fun doing it. Just, you know, you got to count me on 3, 2, go, you know?
But that's why you do it, because you love it.
I love it. It's so much fun.
What do you think about other social media stars becoming singers like Addison Rae, Dixie? Do you like their music?
I mean, you know what? I was knocking it. See, that's what I'm saying. Frenemies kind of brought out like an ugly side. Like, I was knocking Dixie's music, but like, hey, if it makes them happy. But I wonder if they do it for passion. Sometimes I don't see passion behind people's eyes. I think they just do it, which, you know, people do stuff for money. I mean, I guess if you have that many followers, you should do music, but I don't know. I don't get, I'm really bad with music in general. Like, I couldn't tell you any new, like TikTok, I know some of the songs, but like, I've never been good with like new music or new artists, but I've heard Dixie songs, you know, like if she's passionate about it, that's all that matters. You know, I think who's really good? Someone's really good. Oh, Nessa Barrett. You know her?
Nessa. Yeah, Nessa's good. Jaden's pretty good too.
Yeah,
I like Jaden.
they were on Jimmy Kimmel, and I was like, damn, like that's pretty good. Like everyone's doing like pop punk, which I think is cool. Like you know what I mean? Like I think it's awesome. So
I think Jaden and Ness are going to sell at arenas one day.
For sure. Like
really
they're
do.
massive, and I think they're like actually like I don't know talent, but I'm just saying like I think they're like good. Like their stuff, I'm like, oh, that sounds like a real thing, you know, as opposed to just like some produced music, which is cool too.
It is amazing to see the rise in social media people who make songs, but you know,
I was not expecting to see Alex Warren drop a song.
Oh,
What is
I
that?
live for Alex Warren's song. It's so good. You don't like it? You said, what is it?
I've never heard it. I was
It's
confused.
really good.
I saw, I know Hunter, who I think had a hand in shooting that, and I saw him post about it. I had no idea.
It's so good. Alex has always been the coolest. Like I don't know. I've never met him, but like DMs wise, like he's always been like so nice to me and like covert too, and like I like him. And then his song was like low key so good, and it was about like his dad, which I love things that are anything like real and raw. Like and I was like that, you know what I mean? Like that's crazy because he like lost his dad when he was young, and I was like I like when people are like tell real. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I didn't know that he was a musician at all.
I was surprised to see that.
I don't think he was. I think it's like one of these things where someone probably just came to him and was like, you want to make a song, you can make a lot of money and get a lot of views. Kind of like Bella Poarch, right? I don't think she was a musician. I think someone was just like, make this song.
And that Build a Bitch song is pretty big.
Isn't it like 170 million? It's crazy.
Yeah, I play it every night on the radio.
Oh, right. Okay.
To myself in my home.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, is that like because it's requested or you just like it?
No, I mean a combination.
Wait, you have a music radio show? You have a radio music show?
Yeah.
You play like.
Oh my God, this
it's
is
like
my
a countdown.
We have a 5-hour
This is
radio
my
show
favorite.
every single night.
Wait, is it like it's all music? Like you're like a DJ, like Casey Kasem?
Yes.
And it's a countdown or just random?
No, just random.
Can you play SadBoy2005?
Yeah, we'll get in there.
Why are you laughing?
What song do you think we should play?
I think Wall to Wall is a bop. No, you know what? Mulholland Drive's a bop too. People love that song. I feel like I have bops. Play it. It's so good. Why are you laughing?
No. What I'm laughing at is what I'm laughing at is that you really thought that you thought that we were big enough on the YouTube to have a space like this.
Yeah.
Her mic's off.
I thought it was only. Did I unplug? Oh, I hear now. Yeah, because you get like big musicians. So I was like, oh, that's probably how they're like. I thought you had money behind you. Something. I thought maybe you invested in it. I don't know. You're like me, where you just like invest all your money to make this like a reality.
I have very little money, and what I do get, I do put back in.
Do you?
Yeah. Oh,
into
yeah.
the show or into what?
It's all gone. It's all gone.
Wait, really?
We
Yeah.
make no money.
Yeah.
I can say that. We
Actually,
make no
wait.
money.
What do you put it into?
Well, we had to build
What's
like
that?
like when we had to do the show from home for during COVID, they gave us no equipment, so I spent like probably $30,000 between all the audio gear, all the random video pieces you see around here.
I don't believe you make zero money. I don't think people work for $0.
No. We don't we don't work for free, but
Right. Okay. So that's what I'm saying when someone's like, we make no money. Like you make money. Like you make money. You don't just come just to have fun.
I mean, Dan did start like that's how Dan started. Like he came just for fun. He was an intern and showed up every day until he got paid for months and months and months.
Well, that makes sense. Like if you want to be a part of something, like I would do that for I can. I'll go be your roadie on tour. You know what I mean? Like for free. I'll pay you to do it. You know?
You don't even need to pay me.
Yeah.
Gerard Way can take the night off and you'll fill in.
Yeah. Could you imagine I come on stage at the Forum? Oh my God, I would live for it. That'd be great. Oh my God, do you think you'd let me?
Imagine if we like pretended to throw a My Chem show somewhere and we told people show up. There's going to be a My Chem show, and then instead, it's you.
Oh my God, you have a radio show, you just said, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you do that? That's what they played at. Their little acoustic set was at some like radio station thing. So have the show. You know Frank. Bring him there. I'll do my Gerard. No one will know the difference. They'll never know. No, I could fill in for sure. Nobody would know. Just close your eyes.
I just find it so funny that
Just close your eyes.
Yeah.
You look more like him than you sound like him. What do you mean?
I think you do a pretty sick Gerard Way impersonation.
just close your eyes.
Close your ears. Open your eyes.
Let's try it.
Hey, I'm here to try new things. I genuinely enjoy the fact that like you just embodied what I feel everybody thinks is like everybody just thinks we're YouTube, but we're on like 80 radio stations across the country.
Well, not this show, a different show.
Well, this show, it's one within the other. So like the Zach Sang show is on all these radio stations, and then these interviews are a part of it. And they make it onto those radio stations too. It's just the full versions of them are available online.
So Monday through Friday, you're here and you're just like, hey guys, guess what's up next? We got Addison Ray. Like that's what you do?
Just like that.
Really?
No, I mean, I talk about life and like a bunch of stuff.
Oh, you do? So it's like a pod. Okay,
it's like Ryan Seacrest or like Elvis Duran. I mean, where'd you were Pennsylvania? Where are you from?
No, I'm from Illinois, but I never listen to the radio, so I don't know anything.
So
I don't know how it works. Like I don't know how radio is.
This is Addison Ray.
Yeah, this is her song. I mean, that's all I know from like movies and stuff.
We have topics. We have we talk about celebrity gossip. We have callers call in and give their opinions on things.
So that's how you guys score like the big names on here because they want you to like play their song.
Yeah, combination.
Oh my God, me. I'm here right now. I'll bring the band next time.
When I think Chris Martin and I think Ed Sheeran, I think Trisha Paytas. When I think Ariana Grande and Selena Gomez.
I said that to him though. I showed him like your guys' guests. I'm like, I have no idea why he lets me on the show. The only reason I had reached out the first time is I saw you did have Gabby Hanna on. I was like, damn, if they have Gabby Hanna, they'll have me on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm at least on that level. Like, so that's why I was like, okay, that's the only reason I thought like shoot my shot. But you've been having like you had like Weezer on. I'm like, what the hell? That's amazing.
Well, thank you so much.
But now that makes sense. They're like, oh, play my song. Okay, got it.
But you know,
they like you too. I just like you. I didn't know.
Thanks.
Damn.
And before Weezer, we had Bryce Hall on. You know,
Bryce Hall.
The guests vary depending. You know, we try to cover everybody. I think.
Yikes! Is he a singer? Does he sing too?
No.
Oh, he was talking about his boxing match with Austin McBroom.
I don't even know.
Would you do that? Would you box somebody?
No, God, no. I don't know. That whole thing is stupid. To me, like boxing is. And not to sound like a feminist, but I was like toxic masculine. I was like, what's the point? And it's people like hitting each other. Like even on the Frenemies, I was asking them like, what's the entertainment? I don't get it. Like I do not understand like seeing someone like hit each other. Like I don't get it. It seems stupid.
It's just very, I don't know, archaic or gladiator-esque.
That's the whole thing though. Even if they're like, I saw a little bit of it. It's like, you know, they're just being like mean to each other for entertainment. I don't know. To me, it's just like so not entertaining. And I don't say that about anything. I think like, you know, wrestling, all that stuff is cool. But
what if
boxing
somebody said $5 million?
No, I don't need that. I can make $9 million doing another sex tape. Like, you know, I've only done 4 sex tapes and I made $9 million, so I could just do like 4 more, you know.
$9 million more in the bank.
Yeah.
Easy as that.
I'm pretty smart with my money these days. You know, I used to be really with it, but I'm pretty smart. No, I mean, I don't need money. But even if I did need the money, I still don't want to do it. The boxing is just so stupid to me. It's just so stupid.
What is left on things you want to try to do?
I mean, I think I've done literally everything I wanted to do, which is pretty cool. Like, literally just like, that's it. I don't know. I have nothing else I want to do. I've literally done everything, so I'm happy with that. I don't know.
Is there another shade of you that you want to come out through music? Because we did Britney, we've now done Gerard. What's next? Bob Dylan?
I don't even know who that is, honestly. Like,
some opera?
Has he been on your show?
No.
Well, you sounded excited about him.
I love Bob Dylan.
Oh, you do?
He's
you
an
stand
icon.
him?
Yeah, I stand him for life.
Sheesh. What is even? I know. What does it mean? Like ice in my veins? Is that what it means?
I guess. I mean, you and Trish the Fish would know more than I would.
Sheesh. I don't know what that means, but I like to do it. It probably means something like, it seems like heroin or something. I don't know.
Injected into my veins.
Yeah. Yeah, sheesh. I don't know.
Yeah, like when you come in here next year, who are you going to be?
Oh, God, who knows? I mean, I don't know. I don't have, like, to me, like, well, because I'm in the phase right now, like, Gerard is, like, king. Like, you can't be anyone after him. He's, it's it.
I like the Hugh Jackman you. I like the Greatest Showman version of you.
Oh, yeah, that would be dope. I don't really care for Hugh Jackman. I like Zac Efron. I've been Zac Efron a few times. I would love to be him.
God, I love your Troy Bolton.
I love Zac. Do you have him on the show?
No, he's never been on the show, but I have worked with him one time.
How was it?
It was great. His eyes are incredible. I got lost.
Really?
I drowned. It was like I was like lost in an ocean.
How is your dating life? Last time I was here, you said you were like a virgin and like you don't date.
Still virgin. I mean, I probably hooked up maybe like once or twice with people since then. Maybe 3 or 4.
And have you dated? Have you been dating consistently or just like cash?
No dating consistently. Just casual stuff. Very casual. The most casual.
Wow. And maybe you just like that. You don't want to be in a relationship, or you do?
I really do. I just think nobody wants to be in a relationship with me. Truly.
I think he's too hard on himself.
Yeah, I think so too. How old are you? You're young. You're like 27?
28.
28.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like really young. I was the same way. Literally, I don't think I've ever been in like a real relationship. When I look at my relationships, like those weren't like real relationships. Like, we didn't live together. Like this is my first, my first relationship was like 31. So like, and then you meet someone and then like 9 months later you're engaged. You know what I mean? I feel like it's like, I didn't think so either. I didn't think anybody would be with me. So I think if you want it, like it'll happen. But but some people are like, don't want it, and and that's cool too.
I really do want it.
Yeah.
I really, really do.
So interesting.
I just gotta really look, to be honest with you.
You're so calm and you're so cool and you're successful. Like, I don't understand why you don't have somebody. It's so weird.
Your lips to the universe's ears.
Yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen.
Thanks. If
You're
you have
like,
anybody, like, can you hook me up with somebody at your wedding? Is there gonna be a singles table?
Yes. Oh my God. I have so many singles at my wedding. Like people are coming by choice single. Like, but we have bougie friends. Like, we have cool friends that are single. So like, this is like the wedding to come. Yeah. I swear I'll send you guys all invites. I'll send you all invites. Give me your address for real.
Yeah.
Our invites are bougie. We spent, also I can't afford this now. That Frenemies is dumb, but we spent like $200 on invites. They're like boxes that play music. Like it's a bougie thing. Like I want to send it to everyone because we have like a lot left.
Wait, you're not nervous at all, though. Like
about what? The wedding?
Well, there's no money to fund any of this because
I'm
She
just kidding.
She made $9 million with 4 videos.
yeah, but like I'm not stupid. You bought a house, taxes exist. I mean,
Yeah, but it's everything's 50-50 now too. Like our house is like
Right.
nothing. Like we're splitting it together. You know what I mean? It's just like everything. I'm like totally with money. I'm like totally like fine right now. I mean, you never know what could happen, but I'm never worried. I'm never worried about money because if it goes, it goes. If it goes, I don't worry about it.
Well, I would love for you to hook me up with somebody in your life.
Yes.
You have a lot of good people around you.
I have so many good friends, and it's so weird because I have so many friends that are single and they're like amazing. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like LA in general. I don't know. LA is just not really great for dating.
You just get nervous too, and you get self-conscious, and it becomes a whole thing.
And everyone's like isolated now. Everyone's like social media. You know what I mean? Everything's just like not like you go out and like socialize anymore. Everyone's like isolated by themselves in their homes.
I'm really looking for somebody. So if you got somebody, I'm down. I'm open.
Yeah.
And if you want, you can come to karaoke with me and my friends one weekend.
Wait, where do you karaoke? In like a bar or
We do private rooms.
Oh,
But
that
I
would
think
be so awkward.
I think why?
Like you just go up in front of your friends, like my turn to sing.
I
Like
mean-
bars are different because everyone's drunk and everyone's like, yeah,
Yeah, but like everybody's drunk in the room.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be dope. I love karaoke.
We have the best time. We go rather often.
Really?
I mean, we have.
I love karaoke. Yeah, I just had karaoke at my birthday party. I like love karaoke. Like that's like my. I want it at my wedding too. I love karaoke.
What do you sing? What's your go-to?
I sing like a lot of either Broadway or it's like Broadway or My Chemical Romance. Like I did at my birthday party. I did I'm Not Okay, and then I did Rent, Take Me Out Tonight. So I like to belt.
Yes. I'll do Take Me or Leave Me with you
Yeah.
from Rent whenever you want.
Are you a singer?
No, but
Me neither.
I'll
We'll
sing.
just duet together. Oh, that'd be good. What are you gonna be?
Trust me. You know who I duetted with the other night at karaoke?
Who?
I sang a song from Hairspray with Marissa, who originated the role of Tracy Turnblad.
Oh, Marissa Jaranoker?
Yes.
Which one? Which Hairspray song?
We did low light institutional lighting.
Without Love?
Yes. Jesus.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's iconic. Who were you? You were Link?
Yeah. Yeah. No, she didn't play Tracy.
No, but that's what I would want to do. Like if I met someone, I would want to play. Like I would want to be their part. You know what I mean? Like I thought of that the other day. I was like, someone I wanted to duet with, and I was like, oh no, I want to be their part. And they would say, I don't know. I was thinking about someone.
You want the singer who originates the verse to watch you sing their verse.
Yeah, 100%. Like that would be so dope. Like I totally like if it was me and Gerard. Like wait, I got got this. You know what I mean? Like, I would want to sing.
You don't need to do the heavy lifting. You do it all the time.
Yeah.
I got you.
Like, let me just take the lead. That would be so fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're a karaoke person.
I love karaoke, yeah.
I can sing Rent with you. I can do anything.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I love Rent.
I'm versatile. And to be honest, I've duetted with some incredible singers during karaoke.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
Were
very
you drunk?
comfortable.
You have to be drunk or no?
A little bit, yeah.
Really?
I mean,
I do it sober. I'm like
you
just
do.
here for it. I love it. I hype everyone up. It's so fun.
Invite me and I'll invite you.
Okay. Damn, I wish we would have been talking around my birthday. It was so bomb. We were like karaokeing the storm.
I've been looking for your cell phone number for a while, and I don't save anybody's phone number.
Oh, it's the same number. I think it's the same number. Well, we have DMs. We always have the
know.
DM. But you have my number again, too.
Thanks. What are you thinking over there?
Nothing. Just when you go home, watch My Chemical Romance headline Redding Lead 2011. You get the full performance on YouTube. It's like an hour and a half.
Oh, my God. I don't even know. I don't think I've seen that. What is that?
Redding Lead is a festival in the UK, and they headlined in 2011. It is such a good performance.
I don't think I've seen it. I haven't watched like so many of their live performances.
I'd watch that one if I were you.
Really? So you're a fan. You're an MCR fan.
I love My Chemical Romance.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have known that about you. You seem so chill about it. Like usually when like people you mention Broadway and someone's like, they're like, oh my God, King.
Yeah.
But you're like, oh, just chill about it.
I love it all. So
Oh my God, I'll watch it. That's so cool. So when he was here, were you like freaking out? Was that like your biggest one in your head? To me, that was the biggest one you guys had. I was like, oh my God,
When Frank was here?
Yeah, mhm.
Really?
Yeah, that's your biggest one by far.
when he forwarded me the email,
yeah.
because it didn't say My Chemical Romance, it just said Frank Iero.
Yeah.
And that was like the one time we got like an email and I started getting nervous.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, Frank wants to come in here?
Yeah, he's iconic. Like he's iconic. Because even solo, he's like iconic.
Like, why does Frank want to come in here?
Yeah, why did he?
He had
That's so weird.
Good question. He had a solo project he was promoting, but of course, like it's impossible not to talk to him about My Chemical Romance.
Was he cool about talking about it? You know, some people don't
yeah.
want to. Oh, he
Yeah.
was.
I mean, he knows. He's not like.
He
Yeah.
was cool. He's also from New Jersey. He grew up like 10 minutes from me. He talked all this stuff on the Jonas Brothers. He was really a great guest.
Yeah, he told
Yeah.
lots of great stories.
Oh
yeah.
my God. 4 guys from New Jersey, 1 guy from Chicago. That's what they say, My Chemical Romance.
Hell
Who
yeah.
are we? Who are we? We're 4 guys from New Jersey, 1 guy from Chicago. I love that's so cool. That makes me so happy. I love that.
You know what makes me sad though is that you feel persecuted by my community, and I feel like they should accept you and they should want you a part of it and not shun you away because like what is their mission more than like not judging and bringing in the outcasts?
I don't know. I think it's just because it's me. I think I'm just like a personal exception that they do not want. They're like, we do not claim her. Like, leave Gerard
Outcasts or
alone.
outcasts. I think that's hypocritical by them
But,
shunning you.
but that's always the case because even theater kids are like that. Theater kids are like, you know, traditionally like outcasts, whatever, and they also don't want me. No one claims me. They're like, we pass her on to something else. So whatever. I'm just trying to live my best life. I don't know.
The Frenemies community accepted you for 39 weeks though.
Damn, I know. That up. Damn, you have me rethinking everything. Okay, I'll call you then. I'll be like, I'm ready to come back. I was ready to come back the next day. Just for the record, I was ready to come back the next day. I was like not ready for that to end.
But with boundaries, we're going to come back, and it's going to be done in a different way, and I think it's going to be done healthier for everybody.
Yeah.
Trisha Paytas,
Zach saying.
SadBoy2005. There's a link in the description below. You should listen to it. It's down there.
Yay.
I'm here to help fix this. I want you to know that.
And what if I never quit Frenemies? What would we have talked about this episode?
We would. I mean, there's still a lot to talk about. with you.
Okay.
I mean, I think we could have gone for 3 more hours talking about things, but
I mean, literally, this is just what took the priority because
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting this.
Right. I know. I wasn't either.
That's
Like,
why
we planned it before. I kept telling people, like, we planned everything before, but
it's okay. I love you.
I love you too.
Trisha Paytas, everybody.
Yay.
SadBoy2005. Hey, beautiful human, thanks for watching our full interview, but I get it. Like, a full interview is a lot. So we got a clips channel. We don't expect you to watch the full thing anymore, so we just gave you the highlights. Please subscribe and notifications and all that stuff. Okay, cool. I love you.